Hey there, welcome to another episode of TIR Insights where I go through the latest news, updates and new developments in the market. And today, I've got something very exciting, right? A lot of you have voted for this, and that is Penrith. So in today's video, here's what we're going to be covering. Number one, the project information for Penrith, lightning fire style, a location deep dive, pricing analysis, and of course, reasons why I will buy or will not buy Penrith. Hey guys, before we continue with this video, do you see the like button over there? Do me a favor, say hi, tap that like button, and let's continue with the video. So first, this plot of land located at Margaret Drive was bought and won by Guaco Land and Hong Leong through a joint venture, and they submitted the top bid at $1,154 PSF. Now, if we take a look at the bid itself, there was only two bidders, and Guaco Land and Hong Leong only paid 5% higher than the next highest bidder. So what does this mean is that they paid actually to me a very fair price. Now, because a lot of the information about Penrith is not out yet, I'll be using information that we currently have based on the development plans that we can get from URA to show you what are the potential things that you can expect for Penrith itself. So first, we can see that for this plot of land, the maximum GFA or gross floor area that is permitted is 39,994 square meters. And this plot of land has a requirement for the developer to construct an Early Childhood Development Center or ECDC for short. And the ECDC needs to occupy a minimum GFA of 500 square meters. And the GFA will be inclusive of what is the permissible maximum GFA by the developer itself. Simply put, by building this childcare center, it actually eats away into what is the potential saleable area the developer have at the end of the day. So looking at the maximum GFA of 39,994 square meters minus the 500 square meter that's needed for the ECDC, we are talking about a balance of 39,494 square meter that the developer has to use for the sale. So what does this mean? Basically, if we divide the balance available area for sale, which is 39,494 square meters, divided by the URA regulation of 85 square meters average per unit, we are looking at potentially the developer constructing around 464 units. So I hope you learned something from this today and you can now know how to calculate potential unit sizes based on the maximum GFA when you look at the URA development plans. Now, good news, right? I went to do some digging and the developer has already submitted their building permissions to URA, and based on the proposed residential housing development that the developer has written in, we are looking at a total of around 462 units. So very close to what I estimated based on the building plans. And you can see there is also a requirement for ECDC stated here as well. I want to share with you some interesting facts about Penrith. So there are two main things that I would like to highlight based on what we know of the information so far. Number one, this is actually a very highly profitable location. So I'm very interested the moment I saw that this Margaret Drive GLS land plot was for sale. Number two is that this location also provides its owners billion-dollar views. And later I'll show you why. So first, let's talk about the profitability of this location. Now let's take a look at the developments over here. One of them, Margaretville, right? Up to $563,000 profits in just 4 years. We have Commonwealth Towers making $781,000 profits in just 7 years, with Queen's Peak at $1.076 million profits in just 8 years. And we have my favorite, Sterling Residences, at $1.198 million in just 6 years. So we can see from this that the location is highly profitable. Now, why is this so? Well, if you want to find out, stay tuned in this video because on the later segments, I will be sharing with you the reason for it. Remember I talked about the billion-dollar views? So this is what you can potentially enjoy facing the north if you own a unit at Penrith. Right, so on the higher floors, maybe if you're in 20th floor, 30th floor, 40th floor, these are the kind of unblocked views that you get to enjoy right now. Right, take a look at that. Isn't it amazing? Now, all these shots were actually taken from the BTOs that are located along that stretch in Margaret Drive, namely Skyview and Sky Terrace. Now let's take a deep dive into this location itself. Now, what is so interesting about this location is that all the HDBs over here can command $1 million easily. Even a 3-room HDB flat here is commanding $935,000, where A 5-room HDB here commands $1.73 million. Right, so if you've been keeping up with all the $1 million HDB sales, you will notice that majority of the time, if it's going to be a record-breaking deal, high probability that it's probably going to be in this particular location. And that is why your future buyer is actually sitting on a lot of liquidity. Now let's zoom in into 2 clusters just nearby where Penrith is going to be. Right, so we have Block 95, Dawson Road. I just did a quick search of the area. You can see that 3-room flats here are ranging over the last 1 year from $765,000 all the way to $935,000, with the 4-room flats here at $955,000 all the way to $1.38 million, and with the 5-room flats here at $1.34 all the way to $1.658 million. And if we zoom away to Block 87 Dawson Road, same thing over here. The 3-room flats here are ranging from $705,000 to $825,000. 4-room flats at $935 all the way up to $1.37 mil. 5-room flats here, $1.22 mil all the way upwards to $1.658 million. So what does this mean for you if you are going to be a potential owner of Penrith? Is that your future buyers will have that purchasing power to be able to buy your unit in the future, which is an important consideration if you're looking to make significant profits down the road. Now let's look at the pricing analysis using the past, present, future framework. So first, let's look at the Margaret Drive land. Based on the price the developer bought the land at $1,154 PSF PPR, we're looking at a break-even of around $2,167. Now realistically, I do think the potential sale price of the launch will probably be around $2,006 to around $2,007 PSF, based on what is already been transacting in the market today. So let's take a look at some past prices. We have Queens, 3-bedroom here, 1,195 square feet, transacted at $1,925 PSF, or a price tag of $2.3 million. With Commonwealth Towers, 3-bedroom here, 1,076 square feet, at a PSF of $2,536 PSF, or a price tag of $2.7828 million. With Queen's Peak, 3-bedroom here, 850 square feet, transacted at a PSF of $2,281 PSF, or a price tag of $1.938 million. With Margaretville, 915 square feet for the 3-bedder, transacted at a PSF of $2,360 PSF, or a price tag of $2.159 million. With Sterling Residences, 3-bedroom here, 1,055 square feet, transacted at $2,577 PSF, or a price tag of $2.718 million. Bringing an average of the past prices in this particular location to $2,336 PSF, or price tag of $2.369 million. Now let's take a look at some present prices of units in this same locale. So first, the most recent launch at Linden Woods, 3-bedroom, 1,023 square feet, transacted for $2,469 PSF, or a price tag of $2.52 million. With Bloomsbury Residences, 3-bedroom here, 980 square feet, at a PSF of $2,415 PSF, transacted at a price of $2.366 million. With Elta, located nearby, 3-bedroom here, 1,023 square feet, transacted at $2,821 PSF, or a price tag of $2.88 million. With the Hill at One North, 3-bedroom, 980 square feet, transacted at $2,406 PSF, or a price tag of $2.357 million. And with Bloomsbury, 3-bedroom, 1,044 square feet, $2,522 PSF, or a price tag of $2.632 million. Now that brings the average prices of present properties over here to $2,527 PSF, or a price tag of $2.55 million. Now looking ahead, let's take a look at some of the prime OCR land plots that we can expect coming up soon. So first, we have Chuan Grove GLS, which I shared with you guys before. We're looking at a potential sale price here of $2,866 PSF. We have the Bayshore Road, same thing here, we're looking at $2,887 PSF. So now, we talk about why I will buy or reasons why I will not buy Penrith. So first, reasons why I will buy Penrith. Number one, this is a city fringe location close to your workplace, and yet you still get to enjoy heartland amenities. Also, if you commute frequently by MRT, Penrith being a walking distance to the MRT makes it so convenient. And of course, if you're someone who enjoys panoramic views, right, those billion-dollar views that I shared with you, I think Penrith will be a very suitable fit, especially if you can get anything, from 20 floors and above. Buying Penrith gives you a sense of security because you're buying into a proven, highly profitable location. Another thing I like about Penrith is that you have a huge pool of buyers with liquidity, which means in the future, down the road, if you plan to sell your property, you can look forward to significant profits because your exit buyer has that liquidity. And of course, we're talking about the undervalued pricing, especially when you're looking at future land prices that are coming up. Now let's talk about reasons why I will not buy Penrith. So number one, if I don't like being enclosed with HDBs because it feels less premium, then definitely Penrith is not for me. If I don't like crowded places where there's high density population because we're surrounded by high-rise HDBs, then this is not a location for me. Also, Penrith being located right beside the primary school, if I'm someone who's a bit more particular on the noise during certain hours of the day, then this property is probably not for me. So if you want to find out whether or not Penrith will fit exactly for your property portfolio, you can just contact me. My number will be on the screen over here, and we can get in touch to do a one-to-one property review. If you enjoyed the content, you found this interesting, insightful, and also valuable for your property decision, do me a favor, like it, share it, and comment reasons down below why this location is something you are interested in. This is Ian Teo, the top 1% Realtor, signing out.